Right, we are joined in by Mr. Andrew Middleton. He's director of Apostles of the Sea, Baltimore, and I believe that's the port where the Dali tragedy happened, leading to the collapse of the bridge. Very good morning to you, Mr. Middleton, there in Baltimore. Good evening from India, and we heard about the tragedy, and we have seen reports about your involvement with some relief and rescue subsequently. Can you tell us what really exactly happened and how you came to know about this? Some dramatic visuals there for the world to see.
Okay. So yeah, we're a ministry to seafarers in the port of Baltimore. On Sunday morning, the crew reached out to me, um, asking if we could do transport them to shopping as they were preparing to sail um to Sri Lanka, and they wanted to be able to buy personal items, toiletries, and those kind of things, just little creature comforts that they could have for what was going to be an extended voyage down and around South Africa. So we were able to take them. Volunteer was able to take them shopping on Sunday for about 5 or 6 hours. Um, they went to Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. They came back to the Seafarers Center for a little while. They went through our library and took some books and magazines so that they would have those to read on board while they were at sea. Um, Monday morning, they reached out to me again and said they had two people that wanted to go shopping before they sailed. I was actually visiting ships that day, so I was able to take those two out, one of whom was the captain. During our drive to the shopping center, Captain and I had conversation. And he pretty much, that was at that point was when he told me that they were sailing for Sri Lanka, and they were going to take a route around South Africa in order to avoid the Yemen coast and the
Mm.
Houthi attacks and all the violence that's going on in that area. Um, if I remember correctly, he said that taking that route was adding, I think, 7 extra days to the voyage.
Yeah.
But in my conversation with the volunteer that took them out on Sunday, and my interactions on Monday, everyone seemed happy and not overly stressed about the length of the trip or where they were going.
Anything about the possibility of some tech glitches? I mean, what was in all the conversations that you had, did you get a sense that maybe they have some issue to tackle before they set sail for the voyage, or everything looked okay, and then this happened suddenly? It was purely an accident.
I, no one ever said anything to me, and in my conversations with my volunteer, he hasn't said that anyone said anything to him. And I never got the impression that there was any uh, worry about the safety of the vessel or the mechanical reliability of the vessel. Um, as I said earlier, they seemed very happy. Um, in
Okay.
fact, on Sunday evening, after they returned back to the vessel, two of the crew members that had went out on Sunday sent me messages via WhatsApp, expressing their gratitude for our service and hospitality.
All right. So once you kind of post the accident, went to the did you go to the spot where this happened and see for yourself the kind of damage and destruction that has happened, or the loss of life? I think it's thankfully limited. And did you interact with the crew after this tragedy?
I have not been to the accident site yet. I haven't even seen it yet, to be honest with you. I've had interactions with two of the crew members who I have contact information, numbers for. I've checked in with them periodically since the morning of the accident. They've relayed to me that everyone is on board and safe and healthy. Um, one comment was that they were very busy. So, uh, to the best of my knowledge, everyone is safe and healthy.
All right. So, what's your understanding now after all this that has happened? Was it really just an accident, a tech failure, a tech glitch, and not a tech, but an engineering glitch in the power system of the ship that led to the accident and hence the tragedy, or there's something more?
Um, I I know that there's a lot of speculation out there on whether the vessel lost power or you know, something else happened. I don't know. They just began the investigation yesterday, so I would hesitate to make any guess as to what really happened until the investigation is completed and they announce their findings.
I understand, but since you have engaged with the crew earlier and subsequently as well, I believe you said you spoke to the captain, you spent some time with the captain as well. How's the captain doing? And if you have spoken to him, what's his assessment like?
I have not spoken to him since I returned him to the vessel on Monday afternoon. Um, you know, I would imagine that as anyone else might be in his shoes, he's he's probably very shaken and upset, and um, you know, perhaps carrying a little bit of guilt for what happened, even though no one knows at this point exactly what happened.
True. And since then we have seen reports, Mr. Middleton, of the local administration. They're not just local administration. In fact, none other than President of the United States, Joe Biden, talking in glowing terms about the manner in which the crew came together to issue warning, send a mayday call, and prevent the tragedy from gaining huger proportions. In the sense that because of that warning, the traffic could be stopped, and there were not as many cars as would have been otherwise had the warning call not been sent by the crew.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've heard some of those reports, and I've been asked that question, and my response is, you know, seafarers are caring people, and I can't imagine that they pushed away from the pier that night with any intention of this accident occurring. Um, they're duty bound to do everything they can to ensure, you know, the safety and lives of everyone. So it doesn't surprise me at all that they made every effort to first try to correct the issue, and then when that couldn't be done, make every effort to ensure that what was going to occur would not be any worse than it had to be.
Hmm. And except for the captain, I believe rest of the 22 crew members are of Indian origin, or people from India. And you did speak to some of them earlier, I believe. What's your sense in terms of their conduct, their professionalism, and the manner in which they conducted themselves in that hour of accident and crisis?
Um, you know, my interaction with them has been very limited, and I've kind of kept uh my questions to them to very specific. How is everyone doing? How is, you know, is everyone safe? Do you need anything? You know, it's still such a fresh uh incident that I imagine that they're all traumatized
Yes.
to some varying degree, and I don't want to ask questions that may force them to relive something that is still so fresh in their memories. So
All right.
I've kept my questions very limited, and um, just trying to ensure that they know we're here for them.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Middleton, for joining us and sharing your experience. I believe investigation is on, and hopefully, once you have spoken to the captain and we have some more insight from the investigation, maybe we'll come back to you and have another conversation. Thank you so
Very
much.
good. Right. Thank you.